Howdy friends, it's been almost a week since we saw Kate Middleton and Prince William at that eco-friendly store, that farm, those shops, and such. It seems that an expert has shared their opinion about it, a royal expert, a British royal household expert, regarding Kate Middleton. Let's see exactly what this expert had to say. It's quite interesting, I believe, almost as I mentioned at the beginning, nearly a week after those images, and they're still making waves in the UK. Let's see precisely what this expert had to say, making it clear that everything happening has a reason, an explanation, and we'll discuss that now. So, my people, let's begin. To do so, naturally, we'll turn to British digital media outlets, as they're the ones who understand these matters best. Let's see what this British royal household expert had to say about this photograph. According to Mirror's headline, Kate Middleton and Prince William's farm shop photo sent a clear message amid frenzy, expert claims. Now, we perhaps, when I say we, I mean even the Britons themselves, might not see things the same way experts do, as we're not experts in British royalty. So, for this, I believe the experts are the ones who can best help us understand what that photo meant or what lies behind it. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were spotted on a casual outing at their local farm in Windsor. It appears to be a farm that she liked to visit regularly when she was well before her surgery. Now, an expert in public relations has explained the supposed reason behind the visit. The appearance of the Duchess of Cambridge at a local farm shop on Saturday, it was a well-played move in response to her public relations crisis, claimed an expert. Although Kensington Palace announced in January that Kate would step back from her royal duties while recovering from her successful abdominal surgery, note that it was also said that he, too, wouldn't work, and then just like that, news came out about her father having cancer. Well, conspiracy theories and cruel speculations about the princess have gone wild. In fact, Prince William would be quite upset about this whole situation, about everything he's having to read. Everything from the most foolish, like it being a cosmetic surgery, so it's a luxury until it's confirmed otherwise, right? I mean, imagine how Kate Middleton, for example, would feel 10 days after she passed away, and when would they announce it? It doesn't make any sense. Well, the royal family has faced accusations that they've replaced the princess with doubles, and even that the mother of 3 has been cloned. Kate Gate continues to trend on social media. The expert in public relations and crisis management, Udarakaram James, CEO of GOAP, maintains that they've been washing their response to the uproar about her whereabouts, mainly by not stooping to the gossip. He says Kate and her close collaborators have stuck to their initial statement confirming that she wouldn't return to service until Easter. So far, the only times the public has seen the princess since the operation in January have been during unofficial outings. First, it was the trip with her mother, Carol, as you'll remember, a photo where she really looked swollen, wearing sunglasses, and it's true that it's not of great quality, despite there being good lighting. It's true that she's inside the car, in a somewhat darker area, but she also looks quite unwell. Then, a car trip with Prince William was the next photo we saw. All unofficial visits, trips, as I mentioned before. And lastly, the stroll with her husband to the local farm shop in Windsor. Ed says the appearances send a very careful message to the public. The only actions Kate's team has taken so far have also been almost perfect, says the expert in the Mirror. Well, these are probably, but not definitively, very carefully selected and planned messages for the public. So, it's implying that this was done intentionally and it's a kind of setup. The fact that she appeared the first time, the second time, and the third time give photographers the opportunity to photograph the princess, thus assuring the world that the rumors are unfounded. But it's true that ultimately, the first photo doesn't look good, the second one is an edited photo, and the third one shows her excessively thin. The issue of the height, the Christmas ornament issue, in the end, people continue to speculate, and instead of calming the situation, it heats up more. Well, they're so unofficial, without public comments, press releases, media interviews, or press events, just sudden, low-key outings with her family. Which gives a plausible denial to the royalty in terms of making it seem non-artificial and without intention or agenda. Clearly, it implies that this was done as a kind of staged show to avoid making an official statement. Well, there you have it. But every time this has been done, it sparked more discussion than anything else, a masterclass in crisis communication. He points out that the first rule in crisis communications is to respond proportionally to the crisis, but in most cases, there's a disconnect between the actual magnitude of the situation and the illusion created on social media. Explaining how out of 10, Kate Gate is only a 3, he says that social media trolls have treated it like an 8. And if the palace were to respond like an 8, that would only serve to validate the overreaction. Obviously, you can never respond to a hater in the same way or at all. But it is true that, well, in theory, some have been reassured, others not, and others have started speculating things that are not true. The palace clearly established expectations about when the public would likely see Kate again, and it wasn't until after Easter. They also specified that they would only provide updates on Her Royal Highness' progress when there is significant new information to share. It has to be something quite important, for better or for worse, like her being completely recovered and it being officially announced that she's returning on April 17th. Which is the day that's being talked about, or the 23rd, which is Prince Louis's birthday, he would be turning 6. Regarding her privacy, as mentioned, TikTok trolls are predicting Kate Gate, suggesting that the Princess of Wales has gone AWOL without permission and that the royal family is covering it up. TikTok is a bit like Instagram but with videos. It's also used for quick videos, similar to Twitter. But TikTok users make predictions with edited images, which also happens on YouTube. It's incredible, anyone can make a 15-second edit and sell the idea that Kate Middleton is somewhere she shouldn't be. According to Mirror, this gentleman, Ed, continues to say that after Easter, when the princess said she would return, she won't actually return, and there's an explosive subplot that will be exposed. However, to date, nothing has deviated from the script. It's true that nothing has deviated so far, but be aware that he's already warning the same thing I've been saying for weeks. When Holy Week approaches, because he said after Holy Week, they'll issue a statement saying this is being extended. Well, Kensington Palace told the world that the Princess of Wales is taking some time off, and it's highly likely that the princess will reappear at the exact moment she always said she would. Edward says the royal family has stuck to a proven and tested formula with statements that have stood the test of time. They maintain their reputation by staying out of the fray and not giving oxygen or airtime to baseless gossip. The royal family has repeatedly managed to give the appearance of being mature adults in the room. If they stop being above the fray and actually start joining the fray, they lose their appeal or their otherness and simply start to become like any other celebrity family loaded with scandal and seeking attention. It's at this point that the general public might question their relevance. This is the tightrope their team must walk, says this gentleman in public relations. Public relations must make the royalty seem like relevant. Forward-thinking young reformers who understand and adapt to the realities of 21st century life while protecting the sense that even though they understand the world, they are of the world. They must modernize it, but they must also protect and preserve their core values. Additionally, this expert in British royal affairs added that the saga with the Princess of Wales and King Charles shows that the British often forget how much we rely on the royalty until we feel the noise around their silence and absence. As such, the role of the public relations machine is a very, very difficult job. It requires total discipline from both the public relations team and the directors, in this case, Kate Middleton, William, and company. Well, in the end, look at what this real expert has said, that in such a case, if the date approaches, he believes that they will postpone her return after Easter. Be careful with what this gentleman from Mirror has said, an expert in British royal affairs. It's what I've been maintaining for weeks now. Since nothing deviates from the script and it was said, don't ask anymore, there won't be anything relevant until after Easter, but of course, after Easter, there's a week and a bit. And the social networks and the media will demand if you told us this now, what about it? That's where I believe they'll issue a statement and say, hey, she's not ready to return and she won't be returning either because of physical or sentimental reasons. As was reported the day before yesterday on Tardier exclusively. See you in the next video, but leave your comments. Greetings.